So a while back, Joe Blackburn, the game director of Destiny 2, tweeted that in the Witch Queen there will be no new Crucible maps, but that old Crucible maps from the Destiny content vault will be coming back. So today, with about 3.5 months left until Witch Queen, I wanted to rank the old vaulted Crucible maps in the order I would want them to come back, or I just want them to stay out of the game. I didn't like them that much. So yeah, let's get into it. First, we're going to start with the Citadel. Map on the Dreaming City. It was pretty good. I feel like on this map, the caves were like never used on the inside. It was very closed off on B. Very claustrophobic. Hard to like tap B if you didn't already have it. There were like Titan barricades or anything on there. It did allow for a lot of different loadouts. You could play more inside with close range stuff. Outside was more open for snipers and longer range pulses. But yeah, overall a pretty decent Crucible map, which will start it off in the B tier, pretty middle of the road map. Next, Emperor's Respite. This was mostly made for Countdown, the old like bomb defusal game mode. So I'm not sure how I can't really remember how it played in sixes. I don't remember it being that good, but I think it would be interesting to see in Trials of Osiris. I think it would play fairly well in there. But like I said, I don't remember too much about this map, so I will put it in C tier. Following Emperor's Respite, we have Equinox. Super long range map here. We haven't had a long range map like this in the game or before everything was vaulted. So that's why I would really like it to come back, just for that range. We don't have a lot of maps that promote sniper or scout rifle usage right now. Most of them are close range, close quarters. This really would open up and let players use a lot more long range stuff that usually wouldn't get used. And obviously the 9 aesthetic is just like really cool, so that's just another bonus. So I'm actually going to put this one in the A tier just because it's long range. Even if it doesn't play very well, I just want a bigger map in the map pool just to diversify a little. Following that is Eternity, another Trials of the 9 map. Didn't play too well in sixes. Another one I don't remember too much about just because I didn't like it, so I don't remember a lot about it. It could play good in Trials because that's what it was originally made for, the Trials of the 9 4v4 mode. But I think it would play a lot better in the 3v3 Trials we have now. But it's still gonna go in the D tier just because we don't need it. Next up is Firebase Echo, the ball base on Nessus. This map it's okay. The middle bridge is like very chaotic. It's definitely the place where most of the fighting happens. Spawns, like if you're up on that bridge, you can see both spawns on A and C pretty easily and just hold the other team there. So whoever holds that bridge is pretty much running the entire match. B flag is under the bridge, which is kind of an awkward spot for it to be. It didn't really get a lot of play down there, so it usually never flipped whoever held B. It did have a lot of different like lanes with different ranges, so you could use a lot of different weapons on this map, which is a good thing. But yeah, it just didn't flow too well. A lot of camping in mid, hard to take over mid if you had already lost it. So it's going to be going in C tier with Emperor's Respite. Next up is Gambler's Ruin. This was a former PS4 exclusive map that came to everyone in Shadowkeep, I believe. I thought it had great flow to all the games. A lot of different routes you could take to flank and catch your enemies off guard. The spawns were kind of messed up. You could flip them real easy and kind of spawn camp and kill people really quick. It was rather close range. A lot of small corridors and tunnels. So definitely promoted more short range SMG, hand cannon, shotgun usage, which we already have a lot of maps, but I think it played really well. Yeah, I think it would be good in trials too. So yeah, that's going up in A with Equinox. Next, after Gambler's Ruin, is Legion's Gulch. This map was very unique with the cannons on both sides. It was very interesting to play with those. It changed the dynamic of the games a lot. The cannons were pretty easy to camp at both ends of and pick up a few easy kills. But yeah, it was fun. It was a new idea. I think it's a good map. I think it played a bit slower because it was more spaced out, which isn't a bad thing. A lot of the maps we have today play really fast, so a change of pace would be interesting to see. Current meta, and obviously with a huge map like this, trials would probably not be too good on it. Like Widow's Court, that's the one I'm thinking of. I think we'd play a lot like that. Just a lot of camping, and it is gonna go in B tier. Alright, now for my favorite vaulted map, Meltdown. This map, I love it so much. It's just, sniping on the outside is so fun. It offers a bunch of different playstyles you can use. The flags are in good spots. I think it flows well. It's a bigger map, which again, we don't have a lot of, so I think it would be great to have back. Longer lanes are good. Again, a big map like this, I don't think would play well in trials. The spawns are very spread out, so a lot of camping, super regenerating. But yeah, great map. Plays great in sixes and control and all those. And I think it would be pretty much the best one to come back out of all these sunset maps. Next up is Retribution. This map is just fun to play on. The circular layout just makes it like flow so easy to one fight to another. It's very close quarters and fast pace. A lot of shotguns, stuff like that. Grenades and abilities really can control matches on this map. It was kind of clustered though. Very like small rooms. So didn't allow a lot of movement unless you're on the outside platforms, but you could get away with it. So that's another S tier map. Up there with Meltdown. I think that would be my number 2 comeback. After that is Solitude, map on Mars with the Rasputin war mine thing building in the middle. I don't really know what it was for. It was an alright map. Nothing like too special about it. I think it suffered in the same ways as Firebase Echo, where if you kind of held that center building, you had easy sight on both spawns pretty much. So you could just hold B the entire game without much contest. It's a cool looking map. Not a lot of like, it was just cool with the snow and the Rasputin stuff in the middle. Yeah, it was just alright. So it's gonna be in the middle of the road at B tier. And then last but not least is Vostok. A lot of people did not like this map. I didn't mind it too much. I thought that it has a lot of unique lanes and places to fight at. You could use really whatever you wanted on this map and just play your benefits around the outside for longer range stuff and kind of in the caves and by that one building, I think on A, for the close range stuff. But yeah, it had a lot of like perches for sniping. You could see a lot of the map from B flag, which is I think a downside of the map because it's really just a lot of open range to snipe, so it's hard to get up there without being shot down by a lot of players. So yeah, that's gonna come in at B tier as well. So this is the tier list. S tier is, Meltdown and Retribution. These two need to come back. I need these back. These are great maps. I want them. A tier, Equinox, Gambler's Ruin. I'd still be very happy if these came back. I'd especially like to see Equinox back just because of how big it is. It would be the biggest map we have. B tier, just middle of the road. I wouldn't be mad if they came back, but I wouldn't be like overjoyed if they came back. C tier, you know, like I don't really want them back. They're better than Eternity though, which is pretty much all you need to be in C tier. And then if Eternity comes back, you know, I'll just leave those matches and re-queue. Alright, that's about it for this. Leave your comments on what maps you want to come back down below the video. And yeah, I'd love to see what you guys want to come back in Witch Queen.